been shanghaied.
They can't do that. No, I've been transferred to maternity for a few days. I don't really mind. I love kids.
Oh, is that all they're going to do to you?
Yeah. Mrs. Davidson was beaut. She put old Vera in her place.
Well, how long do you reckon you'll be there?
Oh, a couple of weeks. But I'll be okay. You just do your best to get me back. At least I don't owe no one nothing anymore.
Yeah, you picked 7 winners, Lizzie.
Yeah, and I'd have picked 8 if I'd been lucky.
How did you do that? Was it a con like Margot said?
Of course it was. Only don't tell the others, will you, Dor?
Yeah, but I give me money too, you know.
Yes, I know, love. But you don't mind, do you, for your old mate?
No, I suppose not.
Just tell us how you did it.
Well, first of all, I looked in the racing guide and picked what I thought was a winner for the last race. Then I wrote down the name, pretending that was my choice for the first race. After each race was run, I only had to write down the name of the horse who won. Then when all my choices were checked, I had to have 7 winning horses. Maybe 8 if I'd made a good guess in the last race.
Oh, you old shifty. I knew there had to be something in it, but I don't like you working cons on the women, Lizzie.
Oh, but I gave them all back their bets, Bea. Nobody's lost anything. They seemed happy enough.
Yeah, nobody's no worse off. I don't think.
Don't worry about it, Doreen. All right, Lizzie. Nothing I can do about it now, but I don't think you should be the bookie from now on.
Suits me.
Listen, I've put your dough in there just in case the screws decide to start searching.
Don't think they'll bother. Mrs. Davidson didn't seem to think there was much to worry about.
Still can't work out how come she let you off so lightly.
You're right, Birdsworth. You two are supposed to be at lunch.
We're just saying goodbye to Lizzie.
You're not going to smoke in maternity, are you, Birdsworth?
Oh, well, well...
Look, just leave them here.
Oh, they might get pinched. I'll tell you what, Mr. Fletcher, you look after them for me.
Well, just leave them here with Bea or Doreen.
Oh, go on, Mr. Fletcher. You don't mind doing an old lady a favour now, do you?
All right, Lizzie, I'll look after them for you. Come on.
Well, if Margot has any sense at all, she'll steer clear of us today.
Yeah. Listen, I've been thinking.
Oh, God, Doreen, we've had enough shocks for one day.
No, this is important. I reckon Margot lagged on Lizzie.
Go on.
Well, didn't it seem to you that Vera knew that Lizzie was the bookie already, even before she found the IOUs?
Yeah, that's true.
And I saw Margot giving Terry money, didn't I, to put a bet on for her. So why would he do her any favours?
Well, maybe she was selling him some information.
Yeah, well, that's what I reckon. I think she's got a sort of deal going with him.
And he and old Vinegar are on together.
Mm-hmm.
Margot's told Terry, and Terry's told Vera. God, Doreen, I thought I'd been through all that.
Well, it's true. Margot's got a lot coming to her.
And I reckon she's the one who nicked your tape recorder, Jude.
Yeah, but why would she want to do that?
Well, the cassette's missing, isn't it? She must have wanted to record something. And that's the only thing I can't figure out.
Not unless she was planning to use it against somebody.
What about Terry? Maybe she's going to blackmail him.
Oh, Struth, that'd make her dangerous, wouldn't it? With a screw under her thumb.
Very dangerous. You know, if Gaffney keeps getting up my nose like this, we might just have to fix her once and for all.
Come in. Nick, what are you doing here?
I bet you haven't eaten yet.
Oh, well, as a matter of fact, I haven't. Why?
I knew you'd be working straight through, so I brought you something to eat.
Nick, thank you. That's very nice of you.
You better eat it before it gets cold.
Well, I've an appointment shortly. I don't think I'll be able to finish all this.
Oh, at least you've eaten something.
Have you eaten?
I suppose Mr. Morris is enjoying himself in some fancy restaurant, eh?
Well, probably if he's entertaining a client.
Did you, say you've got a happy marriage?
Yes, of course we have. Very happy. Well, don't you think so?
It's an open sort of a marriage, isn't it?
Open? I don't know what you mean.
Well, you know, plenty of freedom on both sides.
Well, I suppose it depends on what sort of freedom you're referring to.
Well, you know, sexual freedom.
I don't think that's a subject I wish to discuss with you, Nick.
I'm sorry. It's just that Sorry.
Now, let's just get the record straight. I don't think the question of sexual freedom would arise between myself and Bob. As I said before, we're both very happily married. Now, let's just leave it at that, shall we? What to put the question into your head in the first place? Told you I wouldn't be able to finish all this. I'm afraid you'll have to go. Meg Morris speaking. Yes, send him up, will you, please? Thanks for the food, Nick. I'll see you tonight. Terry?
Oh, I was hoping to have tea ready by the time you got home. I'm way behind
Oh,
schedule.
you needn't have bothered. I would have cooked us a meal.
No, it's my day off. Besides, I'm a pretty good cook, you know. Had to be when I was on my own.
Well, you're not alone now.
No. Hey, look, you sit down, relax, and I'll pour us some drinks.
Well, it's nice to be waited on for a change. Well, aren't you going to ask me how my day was?
All right, I'll bite. How was your day?
I caught Birdsworth red-handed doing her bookie act.
You made up your mind to get her, didn't you?
Well, I told you we can't have things like that going on. Not that Mrs. Davidson seemed very concerned.
Huh?
She simply transferred Birdsworth to the maternity block.
Good. Glad to hear it.
What do you mean? Birdsworth deserved to be punished. Mrs. Davidson's too soft. I've known that all along. What really puzzled me was Jim. He seemed to be backing her up.
Well, perhaps they both realise there's no harm in an old woman taking a few bets. Look, I'm sorry I told you about Lizzie.
I don't understand you at all, Terry. Just where would you draw the line? How far would you let the women go?
Well, I'm not a complete idiot, you know. There are things I wouldn't allow. Drugs, violence, any situation that would lead to a riot. I'd come down heavy on that. But some of these things can be avoided if you just treat the women like human beings.
But they're not. They're criminals.
What do you want to do, Vera? Put more and more pressure on them? I tell you, you increase the pressure and you're going to have trouble. They're going to be bitter and angry.
Well, they're not meant to be happy.
Look, if you back them into a corner, Vera, there's only one way they can go, and that's out, through us. And that means someone is going to get hurt.
What are you advocating? Patting them on the heads? Pandering to them?
All I'm saying is that you can try and help them, and by helping them, help us. Look, turn a blind eye now and again, and you'll find them easier to
No,
manage.
you're wrong. We'd never be able to keep discipline.
Look, are you trying to tell me that because Lizzie Birdsworth puts a few bets here and there that we're going to lose control of the women? They're bored, for crying out loud. They need entertainment.
Your thinking is way out of line.
Oh, terrific. Enjoy your bloody tea.
Oh, Terry, where are you going?
Somewhere where I can get some peace and quiet.
Bob not home yet?
No, he's not.
He'll be tired. I know I am. It's good to catch up on my work, though. And thank heavens for that food.
It's all right.
I know it's late, but I think I'll sit up and wait for Bob to see how he got on today. Oh.
I'll sit with you.
Oh, no, it's all right. You ought to go to bed, get a good night's sleep, be bright and alert for the morning.
Don't worry about me. I don't miss much.
Oh, I know that, but you want to get on in this job, don't you?
Wouldn't want to embarrass Mr. Morris, would we?
Nick, Bob is only trying to help you. I think he's proven that. Now, you've been fair to him.
I'm not rude to him or anything, am I?
No, I know you're not, but, well, couldn't you just try a little harder? Oh, well, I'm going to make a cup of coffee. Would you like one?
Oh, yes, please. I'll make it if you
No,
like.
no, it's all right. I'll get it. Ah, that'll be my poor, overworked husband. Lost his key again.
Don't worry about the coffee. I'm going to bed.
Hello, darling. Come on in. Oh, how was your day?
This client's a real live wire. She wants to see the whole of Australia.
She?
Yeah, and what a business brain.
And what about the rest of her? Good as her brain?
Well, you know, typically Swede. And nice if you like that kind of thing.
Yes, well, I've heard about those Swedish birds.
Darling, this is strictly business. Now, I'm going to have to see quite a bit of her if we want that contract. It could mean a lot of money for the company.
Well, just hope it remains business, eh?
Now, why would I want the imported stuff when the homegrown is so good, eh?